it is depositing or littering or whatever. Okay, so this is a simple this one. Here you can find out the variable view. By default, it will show it like this. Both are string, type is string. Gender will take male or female. Habit will take litter and deposit. So it's basically a text form, string variable. And both are here. You can see a nominal variable. Okay, so nominal variable are there. Now let's come back to the analysis part. And so what you do is that you will have to go in analysis. Okay, the first step is analysis. And then you have to go in the descriptive statistics. In descriptive statistics, there are a function called crosstabs. You click on crosstab. Now you will get this window. Here in this window, now you can see these two different variables are shown in this window, gender and habit. So, and here on the right hand side, there are rows and columns. Okay. So if you put gender on the row side, you click on this, and habit you click here and just click on the column part, and this gender will be reflected in row, habit will be reflected in column, and then there are these 4 different tabs. So we'll use the statistics one. Click on statistics. In the statistics you'll find this window. We'll simply click on chi-square, and in the nominal part we'll also click on this phi and Cramer's V. Phi and Cramer's V. Okay, I'll tell you why it is used, phi and Cramer's V, and then you will continue it. Okay, here then you will click on cell. We want to know observed and of course expected also. Okay, observed by default it will take, and then we want to know the expected frequency also. So you click on expected and then continue and then OK. Now once you will do this, then you'll find your output. And you don't have to do anything manual like what you did in the just let me show it here. Can you see this output window? Is it visible or not?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay, all right. So let's look at this. And so this is so there are 3 different tables which are created. One table is a basically descriptive summary, which talks about there are total 38 this 38 sample. Then you have these all sample are there in table, so it's like percentage 100%, no missing value. And then this is a simple summary statistics. What is the number of observations you have got here? This part will talk about so here we have got the actual as well as expected frequency in this column. Okay, so you can find out like for example the upper row, that is the actual observation, 10, 6, total 16. Okay, and against this 10 and 16, this is the expected count, which is the expected value in Excel, the second table we talked about. So 6.3 here, 9.3. Similarly here 5 and 16 are the actual observation, and below that is the expected value. Okay, and total 22. Here it is a grand total, which is 38. This is 15 is the column total litter, and this is column total deposit, and this is column total litter. Similarly, you have a row total like this, and mail ka row total like this, and this is total. So this talks about a cross tabulation, and this cross tabulation, after that you can see this chi-square test, and this chi-square test, Pearson chi-square. Now this Pearson chi-square talks about it is 0.04. It comes out to be 0.04. Okay. Now 0.04 simply says that if it is a value which is less than 0.05, then we reject null hypothesis. Okay. So null hypothesis is rejected, which means alternate hypothesis is accepted, which say that there is an association between 2 variables. Okay, so this is how this chi-square test, this part is conducted. Okay, then you have this table called this symmetric measure, wherein I have taken phi and Cramer's V. Okay, I had clicked that earlier, if you remember, phi and Cramer's V. What does it mean? It simply says that once your association is established, this value, this phi or Cramer's value talks about how strongly they are associated. The first part is that they are associated. So this part you can find out from this significance value. If it is less than 0.05, then it is significantly associated. And here this table talks about what is the strength of association, and here 0.41 basically talks about they are strongly associated. So in nominal data, what happens that in nominal or categorical data, when the value of phi or Kramers are more than 0.3, then it is strongly associated. If the value is say between 0.15 to 3, it is moderately associated. And if the value is less than 0.1, then it is very nominally very low association. Very low association. Matlab strength of association is very low. All right, but of course this talks about is there any association or not. So it is statistically proven that there is an association, and by looking at this value we can say that they are strongly associated. Their strength is strong as far as the association is concerned. Okay, so this is a simple kind of 4 table you can see, and from these 4 tables you can interpret like this. Okay, any question from chi-square?
So this assumption's significance came from the table itself, in the chi-square test table.
In SPSS?
Yes, sir.
So yes, so here you actually don't have to see the critical value per se, because here it automatically compare this and say that if it is less than 0.05, then this is significant. Okay, and here this value, this is basically a kind of Pearson chi-square value, actual value, and so that can be compared. Okay, that can be compared from this, and of course this value is more than the what you call it as a critical value from a table. Okay, this one. But here this is important. Straight away you can compare from this. Excel may you have to manually calculate the actual value, and thereafter you have to compare it to the critical value. Critical value is theoretical value which can get from table. Okay.
And sir, where we can find out the table from where we need to check the critical value?
Okay, let me show you that. Just give me a second. Okay, so this is basically if you put on a Google and find out the chi-square distribution table or chi-square table. So chi-square table, this is a theoretical table that can be seen here. And if just I click on, let's say this one, let me see if it can be, I don't know whether if you can see this table or not. ये आपको दिख रहा है एक्सट्रीम लेफ्ट टॉप कॉर्नर राइट कॉर्नर, ये वाला जो है विंडो आप देखिए, ये दिख रहा है ये वाला विंडो?
यस सर.
सो इसमें जो फर्स्ट कॉलम है दैट टॉक्स अबाउट डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम, राइट? सो हियर इन दिस केस आई विल टेक 1 डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम एंड देन दिस इज अ 5% सिग्निफिकेंस लेवल पे, राइट? ये वाला जो पार्ट है वो सिग्निफिकेंस लेवल बता रहा है. सो 0.05 मीन्स 5% significance level, 0.01 is 1% significance level, and this is 0.1% significance level. So I had taken 5% significance level and 1 degree of freedom. So this actual critical value is coming out to be 3.84. Okay. If your degree of freedom is 2 and your this what do you call it, level of significance is 5%, then this is the critical value. This is a theoretical critical value. So you can get from this table and you can compare it with your actual value, which is coming out to be from Excel this thing, and you can compare. If it is higher, rejected. If it is lower, then null hypothesis is accepted, like this. All right. Okay, let me switch on.
And so